Perkenalkan, nama saya Alfian Ika Vicky Susanto. Saya adalah dosen Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Universitas Nasional Karangturi. Saya sudah bergabung di Universitas Nasional Karangturi dari tahun 2020. Jadi sudah sampai pada 5 tahun. Dan saya menekuni pada bidang teaching English as a foreign language, khususnya untuk pada critical listening dan juga pada language assessment. Pada kesempatan ini saya akan memaparkan terkait mata kuliah ini critical listening. Mata kuliah ini memiliki bobot 2 SKS dan ini merupakan mata kuliah yang bertujuan untuk mengembangkan pengetahuan tentang makna-makna metafunction, tujuan komunikatif, struktur teks, dan juga ciri-ciri linguistik teks lisan yang menjadi fokus untuk membangun sikap kritis terhadap nuansa makna terhadap teks lisan, serta tentu saja untuk merespon terhadap makna-makna abstrak tersebut. Nah, cakupan untuk teks tersebut mencakup pada berbagai macam teks, yakni explanation, report, discussion, exposition, review, dan juga short functional text lainnya. Untuk terkait CPMK dari mata kuliah critical listening ini mencakup beberapa hal, terutama 3 poin. Yang pertama adalah terkait menjelaskan pengetahuan tentang makna-makna abstrak atau metafunction, tujuan komunikatif, struktur teks, dan juga ciri-ciri linguistik teks lisan yang mencakup teks-teks yang sudah saya sebutkan tadi. Yang kedua juga terkait menunjukkan kesadaran tentang berbagai macam exposure ya terhadap teks-teks tersebut sebagai model dalam membangun keterampilan berkomunikasi. Yang ketiga itu tentu saja terkait keterampilan dalam merespon teks lisan yang mencakup berbagai teks yang sudah saya sebutkan di awal tadi. Selanjutnya untuk pokok bahasan fokus dalam critical listening ini mencakup pada beberapa teks. Yang pertama itu explanation, yang kedua itu report, yang ketiga discussion, exposition, review, dan juga short functional text yang lainnya. Untuk menunjang perkuliahan ini, buku referensi yang digunakan adalah dari Helena I.R. Agustin dengan judul Implementing Text-Based Language Teaching, seperti itu. Dan untuk penunjang lainnya tentu saja untuk sumber teks lisan atau record yang digunakan dalam listening itu mencakup pada berbagai macam platform di internet, seperti itu sebagai contoh untuk penunjang materi dalam kegiatan listening. Untuk metode yang digunakan dalam perkuliahan ini berfokus pada student-centered learning yang lebih terfokuskan pada pendekatan atau metode project-based learning. Seperti itu. Jadi dalam pelaksanaannya perkuliahan ini tentu saja nanti berbagai proyek juga dilaksanakan, terutama dalam pelaksanaan perkuliahan tersebut. Yang selanjutnya berfokus pada student-centered learning, tentu saja assessmentnya itu mencakup tadi ada beberapa indikator. Yang pertama adalah kehadiran itu mencakup 10%, tugas 10%, kuis 10%, keaktifan mahasiswa dalam berdiskusi 10%, dan juga untuk UTS dan UAS itu 30% masing-masing. Dan untuk UTS dan UAS itu dalam bentuk project sesuai dengan metode yang digunakan, yakni project based learning, seperti itu. Hasil assessment yang saya gunakan nanti itu untuk mengetahui berbagai hasil ya pencapaian target dari CPMK oleh mahasiswa, apakah sudah mencapai threshold tersebut atau belum. Untuk platform yang digunakan dalam proses pembelajaran ini, kami ditunjang di universitas ini mencakup beberapa fasilitas secara online, yakni yang pertama adalah menggunakan sistem informasi akademik SIA Unkartur yang digunakan untuk memantau keaktifan dan juga kehadiran siswa dan juga memantau bagaimana perkembangan atau penyampaian materi yang terjadi di dalam kelas selama 1 semester. Yang kedua, untuk fasilitas atau platform untuk perkuliahan pada mata kuliah critical listening ini menggunakan platform Google Classroom yang digunakan untuk media komunikasi, penyampaian berbagai tugas, kuis, dan juga pengumpulan hasil karya tugas dari mahasiswa. Berikut uraian terkait perkenalan diri saya dan juga deskripsi mata kuliah yang akan saya tampilkan pada sesi ini. Selamat menyaksikan. Hello everyone, hello class. Afternoon. Okay, thank you. Thank you once again for attending my class today. And this is the first meeting of my class, and I'm really glad that you are be able to attend my class today. Okay, as you have already seen in your schedule, you have already read the name of my course. It's critical listening, right? And then this is the first meeting. I have two important agendas today. The first is that I want to talk about the profile in general about this course, including the contract of the course, and then the second is about the materials related to critical listening. Okay, just 2 points, but I think we need more time to elaborate all of those materials. Okay, now let's get started with the first thing of my class today. It's about the course contract. Okay, let's have a look at this one. I will talk about this one. There are several information over there in Bahasa Indonesia. The first is about the objective of the course, or usually in Bahasa Indonesia we call it CPMK. Ini tujuan pembelajaran atau capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah kita. And then the second, we'll talk about the description of my class. And then the third, let's talk about the rules. Yeah, of course, in our classroom we need some rules to obey and to follow, right? For the order in our classroom. Okay, thank you so much. And then the last, let's talk about the evaluation, how you get the score in my class. Okay, those information will be included in my first meeting today. Okay, let's have a look at those information one by one, guys. The first is about the description of the course. When we are talking about critical listening, there are two important aspects that cover all of these materials in this course. The first thing, it's about your knowledge about the various texts. Yeah, in English, of course, when we are talking about communicating using language, it means that we produce text, and in critical listening, it means that we get the information from the spoken text, right? We listen the information in listening activity, including in this course, critical listening activity. The second, this one, the additional point in my class of critical listening, you will include critical thinking in processing the information of your speaker when you are communicating with some people, right? You will also include critical thinking in that one. Yeah, let's talk about in detail after I have already described all of these points. That is the description of my course. The next, it's about the objectives. Yeah, in general, we have 3 objectives of my course today. The first, it's about the knowledge that you should get about the types of text. Of course, not only just written. In this context, listening, critical listening, we will focus on spoken text. And then you can focus on the communicative purpose, the linguistic features, and then also the generic structure of the text. Those knowledge should be mastered by all of the students of English department. Okay, do you get it, everyone? Okay, thank you. I can see it on all of your face. Okay, you can get my points today. Okay, let's go on. The second point, everyone. We have this one. You should also build awareness. The awareness itself, I mean in the sense of critical thinking, yeah, guys. This is not just general listening activity, but it also include the awareness of critical thinking when you are listening to some recording, listen to the information from your speaker, and so on. The last, of course, it's about you should be able to respond it, not just listen like you are quiet. Like in listening activity, in communication, you should also give some response, right? In critical listening, you should also include additional effort. Okay, those are the objectives of my course during this semester. The next, it's about the material of the course. Of course, it includes some text over there, explanation text, report, discussion, exposition, review, invitation, announcement, and some other short functional text of language in your listening learning process in my class. Okay. Those are, and also we have 2 projects in my class today. During my course in this semester, we will have the method of project-based learning. Okay. Next, I will go on again. The evaluation, you will have what you call the first project and then the second project, 30% for all of them, and then a set of assignments and also the activity and your presence is also important. 75% you should attend my class, okay? Without those kind of fulfillment, you cannot go on with my final examination, okay? That's the key point. Next, everyone, it's about the rules of the course. 75% I've already told you before. The second is that please don't be late in my class. I will not tolerate again. Okay, I really love on-time things, right? So everyone should follow that one. Everyone should agree about that one. We love something being done in on-time way, okay? Next, everyone. The next point, we will talk about the critical listening concept first. I will talk about the general concept of listening process. Listening process, everyone, okay? Basically, naturally, listening process includes several stages over there. The first, we have this one, the sensing step. When you are listening to something, you use your, this one, ears, right? To sense, to catch the sounds of information. That's the first step. The second one is interpreting. You will try to get the information, process it, try to understand it, and then you will match it with the context, right? And then the third one, evaluation. You will not, I'm really sure that when you are listening to someone else, you don't listen the whole information, right? You sort of it, you evaluate, you only listen to the important points that is meaningful for you, right? So there is evaluation stage over here. And then the last, yes, of course, the response. You will give response, right? Except you are not interested to give the information to your give back information to your speaker information, right? Okay, next, everyone. I will talk about listening strategy. In general, we have two types of listening strategies. The first is top down. The second one is bottom up. The differences is that top down strategy, you try to predict something. What are people being said to you, right? For the example, I'll talk to you slowly, yeah. For the example, in the end of the month, one of your class, one of your roommate tell you, yeah, you are as a students, you pay rent every month, right? You get the money from your parents every month. In the end of the month, for the example, 25th, and then one of your friends come to you and talk to you, right? Come to you and talk to you. Oh, I'm in condition right now. Actually, you can predict it, right? What's next coming, right? You can predict it. Oh, this must be something really familiar that will, right? For the example, yeah, predicted that this person will ask me favor, especially to lend me some money, right? Yeah, you can predict it. Those are top-down strategy. You can predict it in listening activity. The second one is bottom-up strategy. Bottom-up strategy is very useful. You try to understand words by word, phrases by phrases, sentences by sentences, and also build up into a whole full of text. Okay, that's bottom-up strategy. Next, everyone. When we talk about listening skill aspects, we will talk about the first, vocabulary mastery. That's very important in listening skill. Suppose you are attending or coming in a foreign country, and the people over there speak foreign language. Imagine that one. You will hear some people talk like they are aliens, right? You will not get anything. You will get any information from what they are talking about, right? That's the first thing. That's why vocabulary mastery is very essential and important in listening skill. That's very essential. The second one, you should be able to get the explicit message. Explicit message is, yeah, good morning, and then you respond good morning. That's explicit message. And then the is implicit message. Implicit message, it covers about not all the information directly by the speaker to you as a hearer, right? Some information you should deduce and conclude by yourself. The last main idea, of course, the whole information, you should also understand them. Next. Okay, let's move on to the more specific things, not in a general listening activity. We have critical listening here. Listening, what different with other listening activity that skill. Then in critical listening, we need to include thinking activity. What are thinking? The first, of course, the ability to see from various perspectives. You must analyze, you must evaluate, you must give judgments. That what I call as the critical thinking should be included in critical listening. That's the key point. Next, the stages in general are 3 over that. The information identification. Of course, you should understand the information, right? Without any understanding of the information, you can get anything. You cannot proceed to the next stage. The second is the information analysis and criticism. That's one. The last, the critical feedback, can be in the form of in a direct way, or maybe if you are not brave enough, you can write some essays and then publish it to respond some maybe social media video and so on. Okay, that's it. Those are the stages. And then the last, the process of critical listening, when we are break down in a more detailed information, will go with those 4 information. Grabs the information from the speaker, get the main process of the speaker, analyze, evaluate, criticize, and judge the speaker ideas, and state your opinion supported with strong arguments. Those are the detailed steps. Next, okay, those what are different, but I will go back again for the example. So far about the concept of critical listening, is there any question from you all guys? Okay.
So my question is, what is the relevance of critical listening to our real life?
Okay, that was really good question from Aditya. What was the relevancy of critical listening in our real life? Okay, only one answer, one word, one simple word. Have you ever find out any hoax information on social media? Yes, by nodding I can identify that all of you have already noticed some hoax information, right? In the form of video, short video, and so on. This critical listening skill will support you not being manipulated by those kind of information. This kind of critical listening will help you to sort, to analyze which one is the relevant information, factual information, and so on. So it is very important. So as a the students in a higher education, the college students, you should master that kind of ability. So this is very essential in real life actually, Adit. Do I answer the question? Yes, okay, thank you. Should we go on again? Okay, is there any question? No? Okay, go on. Next, I will go with the example here. I will compare between informative listening and critical listening. The first type of listening is informative listening. It's very common, Informative listening, it deals with when you listen, you understand the information, that's it. That's informative listening. For the example, I have a scenario here. After 3 months approaching process, I think it will match to your guys, because you are all in the young age. After 3 months approaching a woman, approaching process in a romantic sense, guys, Okay, so the man asked, this weekend, do you have time and go out with me to have? Okay, expression in Western culture, it means that asking for a date, right? Okay, go to the next more serious relationship, right? Okay, let's see the ladies one or the woman. This one here. I know you are so kind. Oh, very general, The ladies use that kind of expression. You are so kind, right? So kind, but I think it's too fast. Besides, I'm not ready for a new relation or serious relationship. Do you think? Nah, the question is this one. how is your perspective on the woman's response? Do you think how she handled the situation, how she respond the question? Okay, please think about it. I need one volunteer to give his or her perspective about this question. Any one of you, please? Wow. Okay, I think the lady over here. I should see from the perspective of the lady.
Can I answer with my own opinion?
Sure, feel free to do that, please.
According to my opinion, sir, I totally agree with the woman.
Okay.
Because dinner doesn't mean she has to start the relationship. Yeah, just a friendly way to it's just a friendly way to get to know each other better first. Yeah, and saying no too fast, as you said, it can make the man feel rejected. but maybe in the woman perspective, she just wasn't ready yet, because some people need more time to trust other.
Yeah.
So maybe she is just being careful with her feeling. But if I were the woman, I would have accepted the invitation.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, very nice response from Miss Maria. Okay, very nice. That's what I call as a critical listening activity. You can see from some perspective of that. She states about the perspective from the ladies. Yeah, maybe we can add maybe that one opportunity to know better, know deeper, right? Okay. Yeah, as you know, the what do you call teenagers in Indonesia use this expression jalani dulu gitu mungkin ya. That's it, I think. Okay, nice. Okay, thank you for your response, Miss Mary. I will go on again, yeah, guys. Okay, I think I will go with this exercise, yeah. This exercise it's about a man presenting his arguments about 6 reasons why we should live in the country, not in the city loh ya, in the country. He expresses his perspective about that kind of opinion. So you should see the exercise here and then try to answer it, yeah. After you have watched the video.
6 reasons for saying goodbye to life in the city and hello to a self-sufficient life in the country. The thing is, as you know, we can chat all about being self-sufficient and self-reliant. What are the benefits of homesteading and living in the country? What do you think? Share your ideas in the comments. So, are you a little nervous about moving to the country and being far away from all the city's modern day conveniences? Living in the city, sure, things are pretty close to you. And living in the country, things might be, they probably are, far away. So living in the city with things close versus living in the country and driving all the way to town when you need or want something. Is it worth it? Let's chat about a few reasons to think about if moving from the city to the country is for you. Number 6, sustainable on your own living. A lot of people move to a homestead to live off the grid. In the city, you can't get away from being dependent on the system, the infrastructure. On the homestead in the country, you get to be self-sufficient. You get to use basic carpentry, plumbing, basic electrical, and your mechanical skills, being able to provide for your own needs. Are you ready to live sustainable? Number 5, living closer to nature, to the natural things that are all around us. When you live in the country, you're closer to nature. Maybe a walk through the woods, the old saying, stop and smell the flowers. You won't be doing that in a big city. What flowers? What woods? Nature is a great teacher. Hey, sometimes she gives you the exam first and the lesson after. But we wouldn't want it any other way. Would you? Number 4, peace and quiet on the homestead. Living in the country on a homestead is peace and quiet that's not available in the city. The crowds, the noise, and the traffic in the city are crazy, if you ask me. And I was born in a great big city and spent time there. So I do know city life. The downside, more and more, we don't even like going to town grocery shopping anymore. We would rather stay home where it's peace and quiet. Number 3, life in the country is safer. You don't have to lock the doors on your house when you're inside at home. Crazy talk, I know. The kids, they can ride their bikes and run around and play outside on their own. Imagine that, letting your kids go outside unsupervised. Oh, the shame. Would you feel safe doing this in a big city? Number 2, have an awesome garden and grow your own healthy food. If you want to eat healthy food and really know that you're eating healthy food, living in the country on a homestead is the way to go. Store-bought veggies are no match for fresh from the garden veggies. When you grow them yourself, you know that they're healthy. And number 1, the freedom to do your own thing when and where you want to do it. In the country, you have the freedom of very few regulations and ordinances. Pets, chickens, goats, any other critters, no problem. You want to mow your grass at 7 a.m.? Hey, go for it. You like to sit on the back porch in the morning and drink your coffee, sans robe. Be my guest. No neighbors to be any complaining. Do what you want to do when and where you want to do it. So there you go. 6 reasons, 6 awesome reasons why you should pack up and say goodbye to life in the city and move out to the country.
So we are already in the end of our class today, the first meeting of critical listening class, and I would like to give you this assignment. You should access to this video and then please try to answer those questions and then compose an essay in a group of 2, okay? So you will work in a group, okay, in a project to produce or to write a short essay in a 500 words length, okay? That's the assignment. And then please collect it, submit it on time, okay? On 18th of July 2025. Thank you all so much, for attending my class. I think hopefully these first materials in my meeting today can give some beneficial to all of you that attend my class today. Thank you all so much, guys. See you again next week, Bye-bye.